Hello, I'm Wesley Butler with Transsoft Solutions. Welcome to our how-to videos for ParkCAD. A new feature in ParkCAD 5 is traffic flow arrows. The layers and colors on which the software creates these arrows are set in Properties. These layers are now turned on in our example. When a lot is first generated from a boundary, the perimeter rows and interior rows have toggles for either one-way or two-way. The software uses this to determine the default circulation pattern. In this example, the rows were created with all one-way traffic. The Flow Arrow tool can be used to change the flow arrows from one-way to two-way, or to change the direction of travel. When an arrow is changed to something different than that which it was defined by in the aisle properties, it turns either yellow or red, depending on the severity of the violation. In the example, the perimeter aisle arrows are being indicated as in error and turned red when changed to two-way because this is contrary to the row properties. We could ignore this and continue in this example, since the aisle width for two-way and one-way traffic is the same in the ITE guidelines that this layout was created with. However, this is not the case with other standards and other layouts, and overriding one-way aisles and forcing them to be two-way may create serious problems. To correct the error, simply use Edit Row to change these rows from one-way to two-way, and then set the arrows to two-way. This toggle is located in the Edit Row menu, and the same toggle is available whenever creating rows and layouts. When the button is off, it is one-way traffic. On is two-way traffic. Once the problem has been resolved, the arrows will update and turn white. Then we can continue and complete the traffic flow layout. This design now meets the rules for two-way traffic around the perimeter. The principle is the same when working with interior rows, and the choice of one-way or two-way traffic can be selected whenever rows are generated. The direction of traffic flow can be critical if using angled parking. In the example, if this interior row were angled parking and the traffic flow was set in the opposite direction, it would be marked with a yellow warning arrow, for this would require vehicles to reverse to park. Though unusual, in some circumstances this may be a legitimate design. Finally, in cases where the geometry of a layout is particularly complicated, such as around curves or exclusion zones, there is the ability to add or remove custom flow arrows to explain the intended movement of vehicles in these areas. The flow arrows are the basis of the vehicle movement tools and define which directions vehicles can travel through a lot. A well-thought-out circulation pattern can make the difference between a well-designed and efficiently operating parking area to one that is congested and becomes difficult and unsafe to use.